皆さんこんにちは。1000万 MLB 翻訳侍戦士チャンネルへようこそ。ドジャース5連勝で迎えたジャイアンツ戦は予想外の展開に。ロハス選手の負傷離脱という緊急事態の中、ニック・アメッド選手が昇格後初出場。その活躍と復帰登板したグラスノウ投手の投球内容を詳しく解説。さらに10ヶ月ぶりの復帰登板となるカーショウ投手の調整状況や明日へ向けた展望にも迫ります。それでは本日の試合を詳しく解説している番組の翻訳をお届けいたします。ご覧ください。
Hello, welcome to Access Sportsnet Dodgers. John Hartung here alongside James Loney, D-Train, Dontrell Willis. The Dodgers' 5-game winning streak coming out of the All-Star break, sadly coming to an end tonight at the hands of the rival Giants. A tough night for the Dodgers offense. They had no hits in this game until the 7th inning. Still, it was a 2-1 game, James, going into the 8th inning when the Giants were able to break it wide open. They scored a bunch against Yohan Ramirez.
Yeah, not a lot of offense tonight. Robbie Ray showed why he, won a Cy Young, and he was just able to mix speeds tonight. The breaking ball was definitely, getting into the righties a lot, and just not a lot of hard contact. A lot of times we have so many guys that can make hard contact, but when you get nobody throughout the lineup, and he's just hitting his spots for the most part with the fastball, right. It's a tough recipe.
Robbie Ray was able to settle in after the first inning. Once he calmed his nerves on, I felt like the Dodger offense let him off the hook, and it was a situation as an ace when you're having release point trouble, your heart rate is up. As an offense, you have to attack and put up a crooked number. They did not. They didn't even get any hits. Even though they scratched one run, he was able to breathe, calm his shoulders down, right. Find his release point, find that slider, and all of a sudden the life of the fastball started to come, and it was canceled Christmas after that.
Yeah, he didn't seem like he was going to be long for this game in that first inning. He had 2 walks, 2 hit batters, 2 wild pitches. Dodgers were able to score 1, but he retired the final 14 batters he faced tonight. Meantime, D-Train, Tyler Glasnow, his first start in 19 days coming off the injured list. Obviously wasn't as sharp as we've seen him in the past.
Well, you're exactly right. He wasn't as sharp, but I felt like he was battling not only release point, but command, and that's tough to battle. That's tough to beat the opponent when you're not trusting your stuff. But I did see some bright spots as well. I thought the velo was there, especially with the fastball at the top of the zone. But overall, he's going to look back at this tape and say, I have to be able to throw more competitive pitches in the beginning of the count. I thought I saw too many hitter-friendly counts, whether it's 1-0 or 2-1, that allows the hitter to be the aggressor. But at the same time, when he competes within the strike zone, more often than not, he gets swing and miss or contact on the ground. The only mistake I saw from him was Chapman getting on top of that fastball. But other than that, he fought a lot during the count. That's why the pitch count continued to get up and up. He's going to work on trying to be more efficient and being more aggressive and trying to get earlier contact so he can stay in the game longer.
Yeah, I agree with you. Falling behind the hitters is tough. We know he's had that layoff for a little bit. And I just feel like a situation where you're falling behind hitters, you're making the plate a lot smaller. It's 1-0, 2-0. These hitters can zone in on you a lot better, and they can kind of pick out their pitch. When Glasnow's getting ahead of guys, we talked about in the pregame, first time through the lineup, guys are hitting under $130. Right. So when he can get ahead of guys and have those put-away pitches, he's got the nasty breaking ball. But when you're falling behind hitters, it is really tough to get to that secondary pitch.
Yeah. Well, so Tyler Glasnow winds up being the losing pitcher in this game tonight. The Dodgers also lost another player to an apparent injury. James, we saw Chris Taylor. He broke up the Giants no-hitter in the 7th inning with a double, but you could tell he was grimacing, rounding first base. He ended up leaving the game with left groin tightness.
Yeah, I saw something right there when he was running around the base. I'm like, man, did he just get hurt right there? Obviously unfortunate with Mickey Rowe coming down, but we have some reinforcements. Chris Taylor's been swinging the bat well over the last month, so unfortunate break for him right there. Hopefully it's not too serious. We don't know exactly to the extent where, is he going to be able to put a lot of pressure on it, but it doesn't look good right there.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because he's starting to look comfortable at the plate. He's a Swiss Army knife where you can put him all over the diamond. He seems more confident at the plate. This is truly frustrating season for him because he's hustling out of the box. Even though the game seems to be out of hand, that's the way he plays the game. So it's really unfortunate, and I hope it's not for a long period of time that he's out.
All right, Dodgers drop game 3 of this 4-game series after winning the first 2. Let's head upstairs, check in one final time with Joe Davis and Oral Hershiser.
Well, the Dodger offense just didn't come alive until very late in this game, and by then the Giants had pulled away.
Yeah, the bats were pretty silent. Robbie Ray, he sets the table early in that first inning, 32 pitches, but they can't figure out a way but only push one across with him doing with a walk. And then after that, it was pretty silent because he was so good. That fastball, and all of a sudden he went from a guy who couldn't find a broadside of a barn to all of a sudden he's lighting up the strike zone and putting people away.
So we've already talked too much about this game with the way it went because of what we have coming tomorrow. Clayton Kershaw comes back.
Immediate smile comes to my face because of what Clayton has meant to this organization and to all of baseball. Probably the best pitcher possibly of all time, but especially of this generation. And to have him back tomorrow after coming back from his first shoulder surgery ever, you know he's ready, and I can't wait to see it.
All right, it's Kershaw for the Dodgers, Logan Webb, an all-star for the Giants, 1:10 first pitch.
And here's a look at what's coming up on the Dodgers calendar. Incredibly, tomorrow's the final game of the year against the Giants. It's an afternoon start, as we heard Joe and Oral talking about, 1 p.m. with Clayton Kershaw on the mound. Then it's off to Houston for 3 games with the Astros. Monday's an off day before they open up a 2-game set in San Diego against the Padres. Friday's game will be on Apple TV. The rest of them right here on Sportsnet LA. Tyler Glasnow, top-tier stat line. It's Tyler Glasnow's pitching line. His first game off the IL. You see the 5 innings, allowed 2 runs. The 4 walks, you know he's not happy about that. Also struck out 4, D-Train.
And had a couple wild pitches, too. So the command was coming and going and what have you. I thought he was battling himself, release point mechanically, but the stuff is there. That's the positive thing that I take from it. The velocity and the whooper-duper was absolutely excellent when he threw it in zone. And so he has a lot to build up. Next start will be important.
All right, let's head right inside and hear from Tyler Glasnow. He's speaking with the media.
Yeah, I just think like mechanics felt a little weird. Not really in a good rhythm. Just kind of the whole night was just kind of a struggle, and I wasn't really commanding any of my pitches.
When you think about just coming off of the IL, dealing with that back pain, just you have to be mindful of that just moving forward, and you feel like that's something that is in the past now.
As far as like injury or health, I'm good to go. Just I'm not like thinking about it or anything like that. I think from now on, it's just go out and do business as usual.
I'm not sure how aware you are, but just kind of getting closer to your career high finish the season. How mindful do you have to be about that, or do you have to like kind of?
No, I feel fine. I feel good. I think just resolving the arm issue a while ago was kind of the only reason the same injury would happen and I couldn't get innings, but now that that's resolved, I'm not worried about it at all.
As far as it's mechanics, much of that is just sort of the layoff, sort of getting back into things.
I don't know. I'm not quite sure. I just know it was like hard to time up. Each pitch kind of felt different. I didn't really get into like a good rhythm, but hopefully I can just take the adjustments this week, go into preparing this week and kind of figuring it out next start.
Chris Taylor left tonight's game with left groin tightness. We'll get an update when we hear from Dave Roberts coming up. Carl's junior moment of the game, James. It's Kike Hernandez's daughter, Penelope. She's 3.5 years old. On her dad's bobblehead night, she got to throw out the first pitch.
Yes, these are the best moments of the game right there. Look at that little one-hopper right there. Got a little arm on her, but I know Kike was loving that tonight.
Certainly was. He's also had reason to celebrate because he reached 10 years of service time in the major leagues as well. So a good night from that standpoint for Kike Hernandez. Meantime, Austin Barnes sneakily swinging the bat really well, D-Train. He only got 1 at-bat in this game, but he was able to go single and extend that hitting streak to 10 games.
I got to talk to my man Barnesy. I said, you been getting your foot down out there, man, and making the best of his situation. It is very difficult to be able to hit only once, maybe twice a week, and get the best out of your at-bats. He's starting to feel confident. He's starting to be aggressive, and he's not missing the pitches that he's supposed to drive. Anything in the center of the plate, he stays in the center of the field, and a lot of you fans don't get to see this. In spring training, Austin Barnes hits everybody out. So he's sneaky as far as he's being able to stay aggressive and just continue to have fun. But again, James, you know this firsthand. It is difficult to come off the bench cold, face a reliever that's a plus guy, and still square up the baseball. So I'm super proud of him. And he's got to continue to do this and perform, especially in that spot.
Yeah, no, it's good to see his timing there, and like I feel like he's confident. He's making the pitches over the plate that he's hitting really well, and that's what good hitters do. They really make the pitchers pay for that. You know, the pitches off the corner, pitches off the plate, those are going to be tough, right? But to be a good big league hitter over the course of the year, you're going to have to make them play for the pitcher over the middle, and that's what he's doing right now.
All right, we saw Chris Taylor leave this game with left groin tightness. Let's hear from CT right now. He's in the clubhouse talking with Kirsten and the media.
Chris, just first, how are you feeling? They told us just kind of groin injury, but just when did you, it seemed like you kind of felt it pretty immediately. So first, how are you feeling?
Yeah, rounding first, I felt it. It kind of grabbed on me. Get images tomorrow and see what it is. I really don't know. I've never really had a groin or adductor injury before, so.
When you think about just this game and the offense, what were you guys seeing from Ryan? How, one, kind of erratic he was in that first inning, but then how he quickly settled in?
Pretty similar from what we haven't faced him in a while, but pretty similar to what I remember. It's always had really good stuff and good fastball, and then that slider plays right off of it in the same tunnel. He's tough, you know. And when he's on, it's really, you just got to grind him out. I think we definitely missed an opportunity in the first inning. Could have capitalized there, and he was able to get out of it. He made some good pitches.
What's your overall concern level just with the groin? I know obviously a little more tomorrow, but
yeah, I don't want to guess or speculate. You know, I'll see what the doctors say. You know, I didn't feel like a pop or anything like that, so you know, I'm hoping it's very minor.
Prior to this, how have you been feeling so good at the plate, and what do you think the big turnaround is the last month or so?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if I've been feeling like so good at the plate, but I think a little bit of my turnaround is just, I started with a mechanical fix, and I had a good stretch there for a week or two, and then since then I've just been able to stick with my approach that I've always wanted to have, and like using the whole field, being able to think right center kind of keeps me on a lot of pitches. And in the past, when I had that approach, it caused me to be underneath, and I wasn't really moving the ball forward. And yeah, so it was like mechanical adjustments that allowed me to do that.
Not much offense to speak of tonight for the Dodgers, but we did see some good defense. We will hear from Dave Roberts after the Dodgers fall 8-3. Well, that's 1-2. How about 10 strikeouts tonight for the Dodgers? That means tomorrow you can go to Jack in the Box, get a free Jumbo Jack with the purchase of a large drink only at LA area restaurants. Tonight it was Tyler Glasnow. He had 4 strikeouts, and then the relievers came in and got 6 more to get everybody some food from Jack in the Box tomorrow. We were talking on the pregame show, James, about Miguel Rojas going on the injured list today, and the Dodgers made a phone call to Nick Ahmed, former Giant, last night, and he was just sitting there taking the call and says, yeah, I can join the team tomorrow. He's in the lineup tonight, hadn't played a game in 17 days, made a couple nice defensive plays and had a base hit.
Yeah, he made some great plays. You know, obviously he's been playing this position forever, but I love that barehanded play he made late in the game, because I just feel like he's confident out there. There's no, you know, wavering for him. That's his position. And his hitting looked pretty good to me. I felt like, you know, the last hit that he got, he was a little out in front, but he's always had pretty good back control.
Right.
Like, he doesn't necessarily always drive the ball, but he has good back control, and you see that barehand play right there. I mean, that's easy for him, right? I know it's a hard play in the big leagues, but that's an easy play for him. So I'm looking forward to him, you know, seeing with Chris Taylor's situation, see how he does.
Timing at the plate will come, but defensively he was outstanding. It was like he never missed time, and so people are going to trust him over there. Guys on that team, they've played against him, so they know that glove is always going to be there. He's fun to watch defensively. I love the sharpness, and again, at the plate, I feel like his plate coverage, his bat awareness, that will come the more bats he gets. And with CT3 starting to go down, especially with Rojas, he's going to get a lot of reps out there. I think offensively he's going to get better and better as time goes on.
All right, Dodgers fall, though, 8-3 to the Giants tonight. The 5-game winning streak is over. It's been 291 days since we've been able to say it's Kershaw Day. We will have a preview of Clayton's start and his return to the mound tomorrow in the series finale. Dodgers' 5-game winning streak comes to an end as they fall to the Giants by the final of 8-3. Let's go inside and hear from the skipper, Dave Roberts.
Dave, with Tyler, he was kind of saying that he just didn't really feel like he kind of had stuff there tonight. What were you seeing from him? Kind of what adjustments did you see him making this next inning for his next start?
I think it was just the rust of not pitching. I think the stuff was good. Certainly the command wasn't there. We've talked about it, you know, off and on this year. He's a big-bodied guy, and to sync up all those limbs and moving parts, it gets hard at times. And tonight it just seemed like he just couldn't find any type of rhythm. And, you know, there's just a lot of misfires. Working behind in the count, not efficient, and, you know, found the way to just give up 2 runs through 5 innings. You know, but, you know, obviously threw a lot of pitches tonight.
When you look at, I know we've kind of been talking about how you kind of are looking to manage him kind of moving forward and keeping him in a good spot, but he was essentially saying that in the past it was more of kind of shoulder, injury, arm type thing, but like he feels like he's in a good spot moving forward. Is that how you kind of just approach just with him as he's getting closer to his innings pitched for season until he's closer to that?
Yeah, I think that, you know, it never feels good to lose. But I think the takeaway is that he feels good, he feels strong. He felt like he could have went out there again. I think for me, it was a long layoff, and so to kind of where I didn't see, albeit that last inning I thought was his best inning. I just didn't see the upside in continuing to run him past 100 pitches where his delivery was kind of in and out. But he felt good, and I think that's the main thing, certainly coming back from an injury. And I do believe that, you know, that next time he takes the ball next Tuesday, you're going to see a lot better and a more normal version of Tyler.
Is that kind of the challenge with him the rest of the year, is keeping him synced up while also managing the innings total?
I think, yeah, more of just keeping him synced up. And I think that once he gets back into a rhythm, because even the last, you know, before he went on the IL, I thought he was consistently throwing the baseball well. And, you know, the innings limit or the innings, you know, usage, it is what it is. You know, we can curtail an inning here or there. But, you know, once he takes the ball, we're going to go out there and pitch him and try to win the ball game. But I think he's strong. I think that little breather reset his body. But yeah, today was one of those where I thought there was a little bit more rust with the delivery, but expect with another side and then another start, you know, in 7 days, he'll be kind of where he needs to be.
Is there a concern level with Chris?
Anytime, sort of high. Anytime he comes out of a game, which he doesn't, his pain tolerance is very high. That's certainly telling. He's going to get imaging tomorrow. We'll bring James Outman. He's on his way. He'll get in, you know, late morning. Won't be in the lineup to start. But yeah, I mean, I'm assuming it's an IL, and then hopefully it's not much more than that, though. It's tough. It's tough, and fortunately we picked up Ahmed and signed him so to kind of stabilize infield defense. But you're just kind of, I thought Chris is starting to come along and swing the bat well and play well, and you can trust him. And so then now you just kind of really taps into guys that are playing and the depth. So to lose Miggy and CT and essentially consecutive days, it's a big blow, and you're bringing in outfielders. So the infield depth is a little bit thin, but you know, you sort of got 26 guys on a particular day, and you try to go with the guys that you think are going to win and do the best you can. Yeah, we just didn't have anyone available. You know, to be honest, we were trying to not use Yarbs so he can potentially give us multiples tomorrow. Kirsch is going to come back his first start, so you don't know, you know, what you're going to get from him as far as length. So you wanted coverage, and so, you know, Joe's not going to go up and down. And, you know, I didn't want to use Yard, but you got to find a way to finish the game. So that was kind of the last man standing.
Clayton Kershaw last took the mound here at Dodger Stadium almost 10 months ago. Finally gets the ball tomorrow afternoon, making his season debut after having shoulder surgery last November. Dontrell, all seems right in the world when number 22 is on the mound in Dodger blue. What we be looking for mostly out of Clayton tomorrow?
You know what? This is competitive edge. You know that fire is going to be there. He's going to go out there and try to feel like himself. Also, the command of the breaking ball. That's what's getting him into the Hall of Fame. The breaking ball and the slider, and also something I'm watching for, the fastball velocity. If I see him close to 90, that tells me that he's feeling healthy and he's liking the way that ball's coming out of his hand. But you see right there with that flat ground, it's intense. So this is a big start for this man tomorrow. Yeah. It's going to be fun to watch him go up against one of the rivals in the division.
Yeah, I think something we got to really start paying attention to with Clayton Kershaw is when he gets guys with two strikes. You know, you talk about that breaking ball and that slider, but really, you know, burying that pitch in under the righty's hands, you know, with two strikes, because, you know, guys are still comfortable against him. He's not throwing as hard as he used to. So it's like, you know, can you bury that breaking ball? Can you establish that fastball in and get guys out?
All right, well, the Dodgers still have a chance to get the win tomorrow, win the series, and make it a 6-1 homestand to open up the second half of the season. That does it for us. For James, Dontrell, and Kirsten, I'm John. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Pregame begins at noon on Sportsnet LA.
今回の動画はいかがでしたか？ぜひご意見ご感想をコメント欄までお願いいたします。このチャンネルでは日本人メジャーリーガーの最新情報など海外の番組の翻訳をお届けしています。面白いと思っていただけましたら、よかったら高評価とチャンネル登録をお願いします。どんな情報をお届けしたら喜んでいただけるか、ぜひお聞かせください。それではまた次回の動画でお会いいたしましょう。